It's wonderful that we are celebrating the Heritage Week. I have a gentle disagreement with the word intangible, because I think that this tradition of ours is very, very tangible. It becomes intangible only when we take the material reality as the only reality. I would hand over the screen to Swamini ji.
Thank you. Namaste. I'm very happy that Kundanji mentioned that the reality that is understood as oneself is not intangible. So thank you for that disagreement, which is well received. And I wish UNESCO listens to that. So when we look at chanting in the Vedic tradition, I would like to talk about 4 areas. So one is the chanting of the Veda in the context of yagna, the fire ritual offering, not sacrifice, an offering with reverence. And so much of the Veda, which is revealed knowledge by Ishvara, Bhagavan, is what the Rishis have seen, and all of it is used for the fulfillment of the Purusharthas, or rather the 4 human goals, pursuits. Artha, wealth; Kama, pleasure; Dharma, the abiding framework of universal values, the framework of karma; and of course, moksha, freedom while living. So chanting of the Veda is for helping us fulfill all these pursuits. Then there is the scope of chanting that is done in temples. And while I talk through it, maybe I will chant as well. And then chanting as teaching, which Kundanji referred to in the context of Vedanta. So I might quote a section of Taittiriya Upanishad, which is a part of the valedictory ceremony. And then there is chanting in the context of japa. So like a mantra that is taken and then used for one's sadhana, which is initiated by the guru. So if that sounds okay, then I will proceed. Okay. So first of all, the Veda is revealed to us, and Purusha Suktam, which is a very beautiful hymn, both in the Rig Veda and Shukla and Krishna Yajur Veda, one of the 4 Vedas, I'm assuming that is known. Purusha Suktam is about the limitless conscious being from which everything has manifested. And I want to chant one mantra, which says that from this sacred ritual, the Rig, the Richa, that is the mantras of the Rig Veda, the Sama Veda, the Chandas, the different meters have come, and so has Yajur Veda. So the Veda that reveals the truth to us, the Veda that is revealed by Bhagavan to us via the Rishis, also tells us that the Vedas have come effortlessly from Bhagavan. Om Tasmad Yajnat Sarvahutaha Richasama Rijagnire Chandagumsi Jagnire Tasmad Yajustasmad Jayata. All of the Vedas have come from Bhagavan, Purusha, the limitless conscious being. Vedas are anadi, they are beginningless, and only from the unmanifest, the manifest comes. They are apaurushaya, meaning that mantras have been revealed and therefore they are not made of human origin. No one in their creative imagination can create a mantra. It is only revealed and seen. Then, since mantras are so important for the fulfillment of dharma, artha, kama, there are mantras that are chanted before a yajna, so fire ritual offering. And when we see the glory of the way in which mantras are used, our shraddha in the Veda increases. Because you see, we are very skeptical and cynical people, for good or bad. And so when you see something working, then your shraddha, your trust in the Veda, in Bhagavan, in the Guru, in the Sampradaya tradition, all of it increases, and that shraddha itself is what really blesses a person. So we chant one mantra that is always chanted before a yajna, because we understand that in a yajna where we are invoking Agni, Agni is not just simple fire for us. Agni is Agni Devata. And therefore, we invoke Agni's grace, and sometimes we invoke different devatas because it's like if I say Rinpoche or I say Kundan. Now, I have just uttered a name, but I am invoking their presence. I am invoking all that they have, available to share with us. Everything gets invoked when you just utter the name of the Devata. They're so powerful. So we do look at this mantra. Om Tachayora Vradimahe Gatoi Yajnaya Gatoi Yajnapataye Devi Swastirastunaha Swastirmanushebhyaha Urdhvanjigatu Bheshajam Shanno Astu Dvipade Shanchatushpade Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We pray to the one who grants us auspiciousness. May the yajna that we have undertaken be completed auspiciously. We also pray to the one who presides over the yajna. May the devas be auspicious and favorable to us. Because you see, karma is very much like a game of snakes and ladders. You never know what's going to come because karma is not linear. And so we want devas to be favorable and allow those karma to fructify, which will help us in our pursuits. Then may there be auspiciousness for all people. So you note that the mantra before the yajna is not just for I, me, and mine. It is for all the people that is sarve bhavantu. May there be auspiciousness for all people. May the plant kingdom grow well. May there be auspiciousness for birds and animals. And then, of course, we always chant Shanti, Shanti, Shanti 3 times because we recognize that Ashanti, disturbance, can come from 3 sources. Adhyatmika, my own body and mind, some problems, some aches and pains, which prevent my pursuits or create obstacles. So Shanti from Adhyatmika problems. Then there could be another source of problems which come from people around me who bug me, or maybe bugs also. Adi Bhautika. So may there be Shanti for me from those sources as well. And Adi Devika, what we might refer to as acts of devas, typhoons, cyclones, tsunamis, etc., which could be a potential source of disturbance. So may there be Shanti for all of us from all these different sources. Chanting a mantra is karma, and karma gives us punya. So in the temples, we chant the first mantra of each Veda, which again recognizes that the Veda has come from you, Bhagavan. What is it that we can offer you? So in our offerings, we of course make fivefold offerings referring to Pancha Mahabhutas. So some symbol of all the Pancha Mahabhuta, that what is yours, I offer to you. And therefore we chant the first mantra of each of the Vedas. So the first one is Rig Veda. So I'll chant all of them. Om Agnimeele Purohitai Yagyasya Deva Mritbijam Otaram Ratnadhatavam Harihi Om Ishet Dvorjet Vavayavastho Payavastha Devas Vasavita Prarpayatu Shreshtatamaya Karmane Harihi Om Agna Ayahi Vitaye Granano Havyadataye Nihota Satsi Barahishi Harihi Om Shanno Devi Rabhishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shayyo Rabhisravantu Naha Harihi Om. First mantra of each of the Vedas to indicate our Shraddha in them, to also perform our duty of Veda Adhyayana. So as a Vedika, as a person who lives the Vedic way of life, one of our duties is the preservation of this precious, glorious heritage that has been given to us, this blessing. And how do I preserve it? By chanting it every day. So depending on which Veda one belongs to and has been initiated into, then one chants that. And of course, in temples, it is done. Then I want to talk about the different aspects of chanting that one must pay attention to. And there too, who else but the Veda will share that with us. So we always chant before every undertaking. And so in the Taittiriya Upanishad, we have this wonderful Shanti mantra. Om Shanno Mitrasham Varunaha Shanno Bhavat Varyama Shanna Indro Brahaspatihi Shanno Vishnu Rurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvabeva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvabeva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavato Tadvaktaramavato Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So the opening mantra of Taittiriya Upanishad, Taittiriya Samhita, means that may Mitra, the deity of the sun, or the sun deity, be auspicious to us. May Varuna, the deity of the waters, may Aryama, the lord of the Pitras, may all of them be auspicious to us. May Indra, the king of the gods, may Brahaspati, the guru of the Devas, may Vishnu, may Urukrama, Vamana of long strides be auspicious to us. And then what is again very beautiful is that, we say Namaste to everyone, people around us. We also say Namaste to Devas. And in this mantra, we say Namaste Vayo, so Sting, the popular pop musician, said every breath you take, every move you make, I'll be watching you. But here we say Namaste Vayo. Vayu that is always around me, part of which, because of which I'm alive. I revere you. I say Namaste to you. And I also declare what I understand to be the truth, which is that you are Pratyaksham Brahma. You are as tangible as it can get. And I also declare you to be that Brahman itself, because in every name and form, all that is here is the limitless consciousness that is Brahman. And that while I say all this, what I am saying is the truth, Satyam Vadishyami. And may all these deities that I pray to, may they protect me, may they protect the teacher. And this is repeated twice because teacher, student, the sampradaya, may the tradition of this knowledge be protected. And we know that the prayer has worked because thousands of years later, we still chant this. And then as Taittiriya continues, it also talks about what are the different aspects of chanting that one pays attention to. So again, for that also there is a chant. Shiksham vyaakhyasyamaha varnaswaraha matra balam samasantanaha ityuktashi ikshadhyayaha sahanau yashaha sahanau brahma varchasam. So this knowledge of shiksha, how things have to be pronounced, is quite a vast body of knowledge. And some of the factors are swara. I mean, first is the varna, the letter. Then is the swara, the accent, is it low, high, medium? Matra, the measure. Balam, the emphasis. Sama, the pace at which one chants. And santanaha, how they join together. So varna, it's so precise that the way we pronounce the letters originate, of course, from the mouth, but how one needs to place the tongue and where it needs to touch so that the right letters emerge are mentioned. So Varna talks about that, like ka, kha, ga, gha are kantavyaha because they come from the throat. Then there are some Varnas, they're letters which emerge when the tongue is touching the palate, cha, cha, ja, ja. And then there are some other letters when the tip of the tongue touches the roof of the palate. So ta, tha, da, dha, na. And then there are some other letters which are danta, dantya, when the tip of the tongue touches the root of the teeth, ta, tha, da, dha, na. And then, of course, there are some letters where the lips join when we are pronouncing it, pa, pha, ba, bha, ma. So, with this kind of thoroughness and precision, there is no way people can pronounce it in a wrong way. Then swara. So if I say Om Bhadrang Karane Bhe, so I just one tiny bit. So this Om Bhadram, nowadays, the swaras in terms of the intonation are indicated in books. So if it is underlined below, then I know that it has to go down. Of course, our chanting teacher would tell us that don't move your head also up and down, because initially she would do that so that we get it, So Om Bhadram, the tone has to lower, and then and then you continue, and then to indicate the letter that is in a high tone, or what we call swarita, Shrunuyama, that ma goes high. So like that, there is, this swara. Then matra. So again, what is the duration of the vowel? Like for instance, in Sanskrit, we will say shantihi. There is no word called shanti, shantihi. But that shantihi, we think that if we are going to elongate, the level of our peace might be higher. So people will say shanti or something like that, but that's not right. Shantihi. That's it. That's the duration of the vowel. And then balam. So, across India and across the world also, depending on whichever is our mother tongue, we might struggle with some letters like ka and kha, the and the, ba, bha. So again, depending on where one is from, India also. So the effort that is required to pronounce a letter is also taught. And the pace of chanting, it need not be so fast that one doesn't understand. It need not be so slow also, but slow chanting is allowed if one is teaching. but it needs to be medium pace, which is that every letter is clearly understood. And then Santanaha, because of Sandhi rules, the words combine. And so the form of the letter might change. So what we have learned is Samhita Pada. There are different ways, different types of pathas. So we've looked at chanting before a yagna, chanting in the temple, and the different aspects of chanting. Okay, so then there is this wonderful convocation address in Taittiriya Upanishad. Here is a person who has learned the Veda and is going to now start learning about Dharma. When we say learn the Veda, memorized and repeats for preserving it. Because Veda Adhyayanam is important in terms of us honoring the heritage we have received, as well as Mimamsa, as well as the analysis, that only when one has it in one's mind, then one can go back and forth and analyze it accordingly. So the teacher gives a very, very beautiful, profound convocation address to this young person. So the chant is Vedamanuchyacharyo ante vasinamarushaaste satyam vada dharmam chara swadhyaya anma pramadaha acharyaya priyam dharamaritya prajatantum ma vyavachetsi. So having taught the Vedas, the teacher instructs the student, speak the truth. Now this part, of course, we have heard it as children, speak the truth, speak the truth. It all comes from the Veda, Satyam Vada, and follow Dharma. And this Swadhyaya, the study of the Shastra, may you never be indifferent, or may you never deviate from it, because it will only bless you. And after offering the desired wealth to the teacher in the form of Guru Dakshina, may you not break the family lineage. So rather that may you marry and have children. Then what else must the recently graduated student do? Satyanna pramaditavyam, dharmanna pramaditavyam, kushalanna pramaditavyam, bhutyaina pramaditavyam, swadhyaya pravachanabhyamna pramaditavyam, deva pitrakaryabhyamna pramaditavyam. So pramaditavyam, may you not deviate from that truth. May you not deviate from dharma. May you never deviate from your own well-being. May you not deviate from sacred karma. May you never deviate from the learning and the teaching of the scriptures. May you not deviate from the worship of devas and our ancestors. And then again, words that are perhaps very familiar to us. Matra Devo Bhava, Pitra Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava. So may mother, it doesn't say your mother, may mother, could say all mothers, or may one's own mother be a deva to you. May you grow into a person for whom your mother is a deva. May the father be a deva to you. May you grow into a person for whom the father is the deva. May the acharya be a deva to you. May the atithi be a deva to you. The tagline of incredible India, Atithi Devo Bhava, comes from here, the Taittiriya Upanishad Samhita. Then a few more things. Yanyanavadyani karmani, tani sevitavyani, no itarani, yanyasmakagum sucharitani, tani tvayopasyani, no itarani, ye kechasmacheyagum so brahmanaha, tesham tvayasanena prashvasitavyam. So the different karma that you do, may it not be unbecoming. And may you only do karma that is noble, that is beneficial to everyone. When seniors, elders are talking in your presence, then it says, may you not even breathe. Breathe means, may you hold your breath, as we say. May you be quiet. May you absorb. May you assimilate wisdom. Then when it comes to giving, how should one give of money, time, effort, attention, resources? Of course, earlier it was cattle, elephants, gold, and so on. Now it may be crypto, although that is suspect, but still. Shraddhaya deyam, ashraddhaya deyam, shriya deyam, riya deyam, dhiya deyam, samvida deyam, atha yadi te karma vichikitsa va vritta vichikitsa va vasyat. So whenever anything is to be given, give it with shraddha, give it with respect for the one who is receiving it. And whatever there is, whatever charity, I don't particularly like the word, but we just use it for now, it should not be given with disrespect. When things are given, may you give in plenty. May you give with humility. May there be concern and care that comes along with the giving. May the giving come along with a certain understanding. And just in case, which is often the case, there is a doubt about a particular course of action regarding the conduct in life, then what should be done? Yete brahmana asamvarshinaha yukta ayuktaha aluksha dharmaka masyuhu yata te tatra varteran tatha tatra vartethaha athabhya akhyateshu ye tatra brahmana asamvarshinaha yukta ayuktaha aluksha dharmaka masyuhu yatha te teshu varteran tatha teshu vartethaha esha adeshaha esha upadeshaha esha vedopanishat etadanuशासनम् evamupasitavyam evamuchaitadupasyam. There would definitely be wise Brahmins, wise people in that place who are discriminating or experienced. So if you're not sure about how to proceed, then may you consult with them. May you act in a way that they might act in a given situation. If you have a doubt with respect to others, then again, may you seek advice, seek wise counsel, and try and follow their actions more than words which might be liable to interpretation or misinterpretation. And so this is the Esha Upadesha. This is the teaching of the Shruti. It's repeated twice for emphasis. And this is the essence of the Vedas. This is the way to live, and life must be led in this way. And then, of course, we can conclude with the mantra of, maybe all move together. It comes from the Rig Veda. Om Sangachadvam Samvadadvam Sambho Manaam Sijanatam Deva Bhagayatha Purve Sanjadana Upasate Samano Mantra Samiti Sabani Samanam Mana Sahachittame Esham Samanam Mantram Abhimantraye Vasamane Navo Havisha Ajuhomi Samani Vaaku Utis Samana Hridayani Vaha Samanastu Samanamastu Vomano Yatha Avasu Sahasati. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then, of course, we have chanting as a sadhana, which I've referred to. So one takes a mantra. There are dhyana shlokas, shlokas where we visualize, we place the different deities and recognize ourselves to be sacred, and then do upasana or meditate to remove the different obstacles and recognize oneself to be that limitless being. So Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
So Swamini, I was wondering if you would want to add more to what you said about chanting, and maybe how people who have moved away from the tradition can go back to the tradition and start doing things in a small measure.
Yeah, for the contemporary world, just like we have, pop music and rock and rap and different genres, for someone new, listening to some kirtan, and there are people from the West like Krishna Das, Janvi Harrison, and so on, who do devotional chants. I mean, they sing, there are melodies, there are stotrams, and they have a lovely beat and a rhythm. So that could be a very good beginning, because one just needs to get familiar with it. And these melodies and stotrams, which one can easily learn off a YouTube video, not the specialized chanting. It's just something you can sing along. Like some of our children, they walk, talk, and then they are singing some melody. But these are all expansive melodies in praise of Bhagavan, and invoking a sense of surrender, recognizing interdependency. And then when one's tongue is rolling nicely, then and one also learns to do puja, a formal action. Just as we relate to our loved ones with different kinds of karma, we can also learn how to do puja. Then again, one's trust in oneself, in life, in other beings increases. And at some point in time, if one inquires into which Veda do I belong to, which Gotra do I belong to, which Sampradaya do I stand in, and then starts to unearth, well, what is it that my ancestors used to do that I would like to carry forward? Because all of us want to make a difference. All of us want to leave a legacy. And we want to be able to figure out what is the kind of legacy that I want to leave behind. Least of all is to carry forward and ensure that families and generations after me are blessed. So then maybe some introduction to chanting can happen, but I would look at it as a long drawn journey. And one needs Atma Kripa. We talk about Atma Kripa, Guru Kripa, and Ishvara Kripa for any spiritual learning. So Ishvara Kripa is very much there. The grace of Bhagwan is there because, we are just in the early stages of Kali Yuga. Lot of access, lot of learning is available. Then to find someone who guides one, Guru Kripa is required. But I think most important is Atma Kripa. How do I seek to bless myself? Is it just a casual affair? Or is it going to be a deeper involvement, what I have been born into and what is my legacy, along with the money and whatever else that I inherit from the family? But a core of the family tradition is the blessings that have come down to us and the devas that have been worshipped by my ancestors, who continue to bless me, but I ignore the one who is in the room, or the ones who are in the room, and I better wake up and at least as a matter of courtesy, acknowledge who they are, and then maybe in time seek to relate to them.